Saurabh, and you're listening to my favorite talk show, The Weekly Show with Aditya.
It's 1930.
On this Monday evening at a special start time of 7:30 p.m. This is episode 431 on the 18th of October 2021. Did you know that India beat Nepal 3-1 to win the South Asian Football Championship? The focus has been on the domestic World Cups, the football and the cricket ones. Not even half a page, first page word mention about this particular tournament. Why? It surprises me. Is it a huge deal? Of course, winning any tournament is a huge deal. Yes, the opposition team is Nepal, not Portugal, not France, not England, not Denmark, not Russia. But we have to understand that India has to play these teams. So that's how this thing has to be understood. So beating Nepal in that geography and the ecosystem of how Indian football is played, it's a big deal. 3-1, yes, everyone is excited about certain semi retired and retired players, but no one even thought that this will happen. And that's how things are, which is shameful. And well, there are no words to describe how this particular tournament was broadcasted, was discussed about. But the domestic World Cup, everyone was talking about it. First page news, this, that, blah, blah, blah. But that's how such tournaments are to be played, and that's how things are understood. Well, we'll talk more about the Nepal India match. Let's move on to the current match that is happening. People will be surprised. Is there a current match happening? The official tournament has started. So teams are in the World Cup and they are part of Group A, Group B. Some teams that are lower in the order, they are going to qualify for the Super 12 tournament. Two teams from each group will qualify and then the tournament will start. Tournament has already started, but it doesn't have teams like India, Pakistan, or South Africa, Australia. These teams are going to play warm-up matches as other qualifying teams will want to qualify for the main groups. How will that go about? We shall discuss. So right now we have the India-England practice mock-up warm-up match. And here we are. Warm-up matches are quite a strange thing. So 7-0 in the first over as England begins in a strong fashion. The interesting thing about these warm-up matches is that as another ball has been smashed away and there's a fielder in the deep and it will only be a single. So first over 8 for no loss. So the interesting thing about warm-up matches is that if you have a team of 15, all 15 can play. Just like in a normal football or hockey match, there can be substitutes. A batter can retire when they feel they can give a chance to other batters, depending on whatever plans they have. So if India have 15 in their minds, bowlers, batters, all rounders, they can give a chance to everyone all the 15 players and see who are the best 11 as far as the actual match is concerned. So for this match, whatever happens, win, loss, draw, tie, affected by rain, whatever happens, it will not affect the statistics of the team that they lost the match. Will it affect the morale? Maybe. Will it affect? It will have different effects on different people. For the coach and the captain and the team management and the people in the sedentary lifestyle sitting in the locker room as Bumrah comes in to bowl the second over to Butler. This one, good Yorker, but through the vacant mid-vacant region, and they will come back for two. They may even come back for three on these huge grounds. It's an academy ground, and it's a ground which is bigger than a normal Indian ground. But more on that later. So how will that affect the planning of the team? It will not go as a statistics. It will not go in the batters or the bowlers statistics, but it will affect the planning. If England goes on to win, then the newspaper will come with all sort of theories and hypotheses and hypotheticals that the team is not ready. They were so focused on the domestic World Cup that they're not mentally prepared. They have problems, middle order problems, bowling problems, whatever. If India goes on to win, it will be a different story. It will be praise all around. This time flicked away straight to the fielder, no runs. And of course, they are playing after a gap of so many, almost a month since the domestic World Cup and the India-England tournament. So how will they work together? Let me tell you, you may be part of a team, but you are not friends. There's a big difference. Just because you're part of a team, it doesn't mean that you are friends. There is no friendship, there is no loyalty. You're playing because you have been chosen and you're playing. And this one is bowled to Roy, who takes a quick single. So such thing will be tested, fielding and everything. And the sedentary lifestyle who are sitting in the back rooms, who are using their laptops and noting down the planning. I don't know how does it work. How will their planning make a difference or something like that? That will affect how this tournament progresses. Suppose a Bumrah picks up 4 wickets for 20 runs in 4 overs, he is ready. Kumar goes for 30 runs in 3 overs, he may not get a chance in the actual match. Then they will test out people who may not get a chance. So all the 15 players will get a chance. All the 15 players, that includes the batters, when they come out to bat, they will get a chance. Which means if suppose England are 40-0 after 4 overs, then one of Roy or Butler may retire and give a chance to another batter who hasn't batted for a while. So they will get some time. I think this is the better option, having net session, because I'm not this time on the pads, flicked away, but there's protection in the deep. So 13-0 in 11 balls, but the match continues. As I said, if it's a win, it won't be part of statistics, but it will be part of psyche. How will newspapers react, despite the fact that this is not the first time a World Championship tournament is being conducted in the sport, not the first time. They are talking about it. Most of the newspapers came even before this sport started. So they know how this happens. As a slower ball, quick single, and that's what you will have to watch out as far as India-England is concerned. But still, the way the newspapers will react will be childish, infantile, as if it's happening for the first time. This is not the first 20-over World Cup. This is not the first overall World Championship. Not for the first time will you see newspapers and their supposed reporters doing it, even if reporters have gone and reporters have changed, but the training is the same. Not for the first time. I am watching a match, and the result of the warm-up match, it's a warm-up match. And for some who don't understand it, when you have your board exams, which I personally dislike, as Kumar bowls and Roy says, these two players were teammates just a week ago, and he says it doesn't make a difference. That teammateship doesn't exist. That was only for money's sake. Down the track, and he says thank you so much. So Bhuvneshwar Kumar goes for once, and the so-called reporters and the statistics will keep on looking at this, that he's not bowling at his best, he's not bowling well, he's not, the ball is not coming out of his hands, he's gone for 12 runs from 7 balls. So many permutation combinations. Will the team be exposed in a lot of ways? You don't know, I don't know. As once again Roy comes down the track, and but once again Ishan Kishan comes in and says, I'll protect the ball. But smart running between wickets, this is what maybe a team like Rajat, lot of players in this team, in the Indian team, in the England team, did not play the domestic World Cup in order to be free from injuries and the psycho bubble babble. And here they are playing for their team, so they have skipped that tournament. I think wasn't that tournament a warm up enough, even if you were playing for different teams? I think that tournament was warm up enough. But that tournament was only played for one thing: money, the big M. As I said before, once again, quick single taken, and that's what will separate maybe an England team. Can England go on to win this tournament? Who will win this tournament? And it's a no ball, and it's a free hit. There you go. So all rules apply except the statistics part and the fact that all 15 players who are part of the squad can play. Why can't this happen in a normal game? Why can't all 15 play? Why can't we have the rules of a warm-up game in a normal game? Which means why can't we have rolling substitutes, and then everybody can bowl or bat in the first 15, 16 plays? As Butler, good Yorker, so the no ball isn't affected. But before we go further, let's take a short break. So welcome back after the break as this practice mock-up warm-up match continues. The score is 23 for 0 in 2.5 overs, and then of course question will be asked, can they pick up wickets in the first 6 overs? As this time he tries to go, there probably will be no, everything is the same except that statistics won't be added or subtracted from a team. That is losses, wins, ties, whatever. As Kumar bowls Roy, who picks up and beats the fine leg, and in his trademark style, England have gone on to a good score of 27 for 0 after 3 overs. So an interesting start by the England team, and as always, we will do the first 6-7 overs of this particular match, and you can feel the difference that this is a World Cup tournament happening. Will this tournament be less, more, much better in terms of time management? That will be seen. That we will discuss as the second warm-up, mock-up practice match happens on Wednesday. I'll talk more on that later on. As we wait for the next over to start. So as Mohammad Shami gets an opportunity now, once again, The batter says, it doesn't matter if you're bowling at 150, I will scoop you to fine leg, and the score moves on to 31 for 0 after 3.1 overs. A good delivery, but had he missed, he would have
It's
been gone. But
1945.
that's the risk England are known for, and that's the risk they are ready to take. So, an interesting situation developing. All the three bowlers have gone over 10 runs and over, as Shami is coming on to bowl the second ball of his first over. This time plays it away, no runs, and the captain, after 20 balls, is already showing his frustrations, continuing from his domestic team Bangalore. And as I said, this is a last chance tournament, last chance for Kohli in the 20 over format. Let's look at that. Right? In the 20 over format, and Avishastri overall, who will have to bow out because of age restriction, which I think is a silly idea. Though I don't know who will be the next coach. Once again, smash past the bowler, and people will ask, was this guy away for a month from international tournaments? I think it's like riding a bicycle. Even if you don't play for a month, England are doing what England do, coming with an aggressive mode. And I think it was a very good decision to skip the tournament, because that tournament can really have a negative impact. That tournament doesn't have a positive impact at all. Injuries, pressure, whatnot happens as Butler gets ready. Shami bowls, Butler pulls. Is that an edge? No, that's a wide. That should not be a wide, but the umpires have there is no definition of a wide in the 21st century. So 6 boundaries or 5 boundaries already after 21 balls, going at over 10 runs per over. All the 3 bowlers have gone for over 10 runs per over, over 8 runs per over in there. Over each as Shami bowls. Butler has been clean bowled by Mohammad Shami. So the first wicket falls. It won't be added to his statistics. You can see the way the match is happening. The camera angles are lazy. The broadcasting is not there. There are no boundary advertising cushions on the boundary ropes. No boundary cushions, no advertising hoarding. It's almost as if, let's have it. It won't be added to your statistic. It's for fun. He would have anyways retired if needed. So as I said, after 3 overs there would be 40. But Butler departs for 18. It's 138 for 5. So after 3.4 overs, 1 for 36. An interesting situation. But let's talk more about till the time the next batter comes, whoever it will be, most likely Johnny Bairstow or Moeen Ali as per their plan. India beat Nepal 3-1 to win the South Asian Football Championship. No reaction from anyone. It was shameful the way the entire thing happened. Really irked me. I watched the entire match. I missed portions of it because of certain reasons. And I think India they played in the rain. They played in treacherous conditions. The ball was slippery. It was raining. There was sliding. Injuries were there. In cricket, it rains for 5 seconds and everyone is running away like cowards because of injury issues and protecting the player situation, as David Malan comes at number 3, so they're not considering Moeen Ali at this point in time. They're going with Malan as Shami comes round the wicket to the left-handed batter. First ball, and he guides it to, and the ball hits the stumps, beats the stumps, and the score moves on to after 3.5 overs. So they have 3 wicket keepers right now, so all 3 would be given a chance to keep. Looks like it that the way Shami bowled, despite going for runs, Shami might get a nod ahead of Bumrah, and Shardul might also be given the chance to bowl, and Bhuvneshwar Kumar might be told that you won't be bowling anymore. We will give chance to Shardul Thakur, and that's how it is. As the final ball of the fourth over to Roy, this time it almost beat him. The ball crawled to the keeper. 4 gone, 1 for 37. The best part is no timeouts, no waste. Break is there because breaks are there, but no timeouts, nothing. So, as I said, who will win this championship? That's the question that everyone has been asking. Who will win the World 2020 Championship? Contenders look like India is one contender. But let's go back to the match as Bumrah gets another over. Remember, you can bowl 4 overs, but you can as a yorker straight to the fielder and no runs. So who are the contenders? India is one team. England is an option. I'll give it to New Zealand and the 4th team. We can keep betting, which means can New Zealand win all 3 world championships? Can New Zealand make it 3-0? As 4.2 overs, 1 for 37. And this time, outside edge, past the keeper, past the slips, and Kohli reacts. Let's not worry about his reaction. As we're just 10 balls away from finishing, we still have time from finishing tonight's program. So can New Zealand make it 3-0 this year? Which means the ODI World Cup, the Test World Cup, and the 2020 World Cup. Now, some will say, did they really win the ODI World Cup? In my hands, yes, they did win the ODI World Cup. As outside edge, was there an edge? No. So 4.4 overs, 1 for 44. This time it's played away and the fielder will chase and it will reach the boundary. So England are enjoying themselves right now, playing this match, and the boundaries are coming galore. 7-8 boundaries already been scored in this particular match. It won't affect the statistics, but when you go for runs short of a length delivery and it beats the fielder, beats Kohli, beats everyone to the boundary. So we are just 12 balls away from finishing tonight's program. And how have we seen this particular match? They're going at 9 runs per over, which means I think this ground is much better than most Indian grounds. I would want such a ground to win India. I don't want too many buildings or This is a better ground as Bumrah has gone for 14 runs off his 11 balls, round the wicket to Malan. This time, once again, third man was deep, ends the over, 5 gone, 1 for 45. So as I said, can New Zealand win all 3 championships? Well, they have won 2 of them. In my book, they have already won the Test championship. That's already done. There was, you can still doubt it, still question the efficacy of that tournament. But let's not go there too early. There's still a lot of time to discuss that. So 1 for 46 after 5.1 overs. Possibly the last 5 balls of this particular match. And Shami continues to bowl, so no spinners being introduced, which is strange. He could have gone for it. And always you can waste time, you can get new gloves, you can make the match a 3.5 hour match, a 4 hour match. No one is worried. The umpires don't mind it. It's a practice match. I hope they were as cavalier in the actual matches than they are right now. So 1 for 46, 5.1 overs. This time that's played away. Third man inside. Yes, England have gone for runs, but then that's how they play. That's their attitude. So it's not surprising. England are 1 for 46, 1 for 47 in 5.2 overs. This time it's played away and a wicket has been taken. So Shami picks the second wicket of the match. It was pulled away by Roy, and this, what does it mean? It means Shami is now a certainty in the 11 because of his pace bowling, and most likely Bhuvneshwar is unlikely to play. He probably will not play because he's gone for runs. A good short delivery, trying to flick the ball away, but this time the third man takes a good catch and it's taken ironically by Jasprit Bumrah. Interesting. But they are after 5.3 overs. For 47. As 3 balls remain for this particular match to get over. And remember, no timeouts, nothing. Alright, what is my 11? Well, I have no idea. I don't know. But I will be back for the second match and I'll talk about the second practice match once our scheduled 6 overs are up. So here we are back. Johnny Bairstow gets a chance. Another player who skipped the tournament. Very good decision. So Roy played because Bairstow didn't play. Malan did not play, very good. Butler did not play, very good. As Shami bowls on the pads, very close to the stumps, and it's been given a wide poorly by the umpire as always. So 2 for 48 after 5.3 overs. As we see, Roy trying to go over fine leg, but did not get the elevation nor the power to take the shot away. and the score is 2 for 48 after 5.3 overs. 5.3 overs. Yes, that was a wide. So 3 balls to go for tonight's program as Shami bowls to Bairstow. This time it's played straight to the fielder.
It's
The
20 hours.
interesting thing is all the 15 Indian players have played in the tournament, so they have had some ball bat situation and they have been there. And then the discussion is they haven't played together. I don't think that makes a difference. That doesn't make a difference. If you haven't played together, it doesn't matter. You do that in football, you do it in other sports. So such things are irrelevant. So 5.4 overs, 2 for 48. As the fifth ball of the over moves on to 2 for 49 or 2 for 50. That's how England do. They run quick between the wickets. 2 for 50 after 5.5 overs. So the final ball for tonight's program, as England are 2 for 50 in this practice mock-up warm-up game. The final ball of the match of this particular program and the over. This time once again it's played and a quick single taken. So England after 6 overs of 2 for 51. This ends episode number 431 on the 18th of October 2021, coming to you live at a special start time of 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Now stay tuned for the next episode.
For more awesome content, tune into the next episode of the Weekly Show.
And I will be back on the 20th of October with episode number 432 on mock-up game 2. Which two sides will play, you will know that on the 20th of October with episode number 432 on a Wednesday afternoon, special start time of 3:30 p.m. IST. By the time you wait for the next episode, what should you do? Well, you can read this book, The Fifth Umpire, if you are a sports fanatic. Available on Amazon as an ebook. If you are interested in cinema and cinematic productions, you can read this book, Beyond the TV, 33 cinematic productions that transformed the silver screen. And where is it available? It's available on Amazon as ebook and paperback format. And if you are interested in reading short stories. You can read the book, The Complete Collected Short Stories, available on Amazon as e-book. And while you're also waiting for the next episode on Wednesday, like and subscribe to this channel. I repeat, like and subscribe to this channel.